Right, time for a little bit more on the new car, the Rover 25, the Rover 25 1.6 iXL StepSpeed automatic Tiptronic CVT thing. Where did I get to? 5-door twin something or other. Anyway, yeah, that I picked up last week from Liverpool. And yeah, just time to say a bit more about it. I had no intentions of buying this car. The reason that I did, I've got a bit of history with it. My ex-partner, who when I met her, was doing a master's in Swansea, came to live with me at my little cottage in the Peak, and decided that she wanted a car, and she's only used to driving automatics, so we were just looking for a little automatic. I found a Mini that I thought might be suitable for her, but she found this and wanted this because she kind of likes classic stuff or semi-classic stuff rather than modern. And at the time I had a Rover, well, I've still got them, a Rover 45 and 75 in the same colour as this, so she had a hard set on it, so not the most suitable vehicle, truth be told, but hey ho, she wanted it, she got it, and she bought it. It was her car, her money, so there we are. And then back end of last year, September, she went off to do a doctorate in Liverpool, and took the car with her, didn't get much use, and then she didn't like where she was, so she moved to a different apartment, and she didn't have any free parking, and she didn't really want to pay to park a car that she wasn't going to, well, she just really wasn't using. So she asked me to help her to sell it, and I said yes, of course, yeah, no problem. But you know, when push came to shove, I thought, oh no, I can't. We've got history with the car, we've got happy memories. We had some awesome days out last summer. I discovered Chinatown in my local city of Sheffield that I didn't even know existed. And we had some adventures, and you know how it is, you get a bit of an emotional tie to a car. So I said, well, look, you know, I'll buy it. And so there you go. I wouldn't have chosen it, to be honest, but it's cute and I do kind of love it, but mostly because it's got that bit of history. But onto the car itself. I'm parked up by a main road, so it's going to get noisy when I get outside. So I'll do most of it inside. And of course it's dark again, isn't it? I mean, I'm just a bloody vampire. I never seem to come out during the day. Okay, it's a bit dark, but if you have a look around, it's got beautiful leather interior, pretty much. Well, it's unmarked, not a blemish, not an ounce of damage. I love the orange display. It takes me back to when I was a kid and these things were kind of newish. I've already done a video on the onboard gramophone, which I think is fantastic. It's got a 10-stack CD in the boot, it's got radio, and it's got a cassette, and I do love a cassette. And I've always got one card on the fleet with the cassette, and the last one with the cassette was the Galaxy, which I had to scrap a few months ago. No, I didn't scrap it. I sold it to somebody who's going to do all of the welding and whatnot himself and make it all wonderful and magnificent again, which is good, because it was a nice thing. But that was the last one that had a cassette. So my cassettes have been sitting unloved until now. Now I have a cassette again, which is great. So that's great. I love the the gearbox is a bit weird. I'm sure I've driven CVTs before. I've driven pretty much every car in the world. I was in the trade for a long time. But it's weird driving a CVT. You don't get that sort of discernible gear change going up. You just the revs, and you know, unless you absolutely bury the throttle, the revs just kind of stay the same, and the car just gains pace very, very slowly, but it is fun to drive. It's very chuckable. These are not a bad thing. Just down there where you can't see are front electric windows which work. There's a cigarette lighter which works. There's an ashtray which is fully operational. The clock works. All of the dials work. It's done quite low mileage, 61,821 at the moment. I've already done a video showing all of the history. Fantastic history with this car. There's some wood, or plastic wood, a little bit there, a little bit there. You can't see a thing, it's dark. Pointless. Why am I doing this? I have no idea. What else? Oh, sunroof, which again you can't see. I will do one in the daylight, I promise. But it does have a sunroof, tilt and slide with a pulley backy thingy. It doesn't appear to leak, touch wood, and it hasn't got any of the saggy headlining that these things are prone to, with the exception of this bit just here at the front where it's just started to pull away. So I'll either do something with that or completely ignore it, one of the two. Gorgeous in the back. Don't think the back seats have been sat in. It's got a nice armrest. But the biggest problem by a mile at the moment, heater. Now, I've been doing some online research, as you do. Everybody becomes an expert mechanic thanks to the aid of good old Google. And these are prone to some heater issues. And naturally, this being my car, it has all of them. The first one is the spinny, and that's what it does. It's spinnies. If you yank the knob off, you can see that it's split, and the reason for that is that the heater control valves apparently tend to stick for whatever reason, and the cable gets kinked up because this operates the flap. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I just sat on Google for 10 minutes. Now, I've had a fiddle under the bonnet. I've tried moving the heater control valve by hand, which I've managed to do, but there still doesn't seem to be any bloody hot air coming out. So there might be some air in the system or something, or the engine could be just about to blow up, or anything of that nature. So it's freezing, absolutely freezing. And there's probably other issues as well. I drove it home from Liverpool. I've driven it around a bit. Temperature gauge stays just there where it should do, unless it doesn't. Every now and then the gauge just starts to rise, and then the cooling fan kicks in, and so I wonder if there's a thermostat issue. I wonder what a thermostat is. I wonder where it is. Is it in the glove box? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not even a tinkerer. I can barely top up the windscreen washer, which is the only fluid that you're legally required to have under the bonnet. I know this thing. What else? Oh yeah, and the other thing on the heater, another common problemo is the resistor something or other. So off works perfectly. It's off. 1, nothing. 2, sod all. And then it works on 3 and 4. Except that it blows air out, but the bloody air is cold. Oh, actually is that... Oh, there might be a little bit of warmth there. Just a tad. But I do love this car. I do. Let's get out and have a look. It's going to get noisy now. Apologies for that. Let's have a look around it. This used to be the big Tesco's, and then the Tesco moved to the other side of the roundabout over there, and this was just well, it was still the disused Tesco for ages, years, and then Arnold Clark kind of took it over. Anyway, car. Oh, there's a bit of light there, look. Pretty standard road. I mean, it looks tidy from 10 yards, but then there are the bits that you're going to expect. Front wing, there.